Today's affirmation is, I prosper wherever I turn. It says on the back here, I now see opportunities for abundance everywhere. I am blessed and prospered. Okay, so these are people who feel that they can really make a difference. They're really pushing for big shifts and changes with the people around them. I can feel this from the other cards that I've pulled for this reading already. There's definitely like this energy of like, this person knows that they have the power to make a difference. This person is extremely confident in that. They're a huge advocate. They are out there, they're active. This is for you. What I have here is wildness. So I would say that you've probably always been the outsider of your group. You've always been the wild card of your family, whatever it may be, but that gives you the drive to go out and push. A lot of people are a bit self-preserving in a way that they're often quiet and, you know, the bystander effect and stuff like that. I mean, I deal with that as well. Sometimes fight, flight, or freeze. Mine is often freeze. I used to be a little bit more of a fighter and I've also dealt with, running away as well, but the repercussions sometimes of fighting can be a lot, and it is destructive to the nervous system. So some people eventually over time do learn to be quiet just because of the repercussions they faced for speaking up and speaking out. That's me talking about myself. So I'm sure other people have experienced that. Because I used to speak up to men a lot more, to me we're equals. And then, I got put in my place that we weren't, but in ways where it was completely like destructive to my life, and, just being like blatantly like attacked and targeted by men and isolated by my community because I stood up to a man. It's like, sometimes it starts to become like, I'll just pick my battles because it's not worth it for me to lose everything when I have so little just to speak up to somebody. But you are a person who, it does not deter you. You're like, I don't give a fuck. Take from me, do whatever. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. So, you know that you'll get your agenda across and you're confident in what you want the future to be and what will happen. You are charging force. I have the healer here. So you have the ability to heal your community because you have this like wildness desire and you are on a mission to make sure that there are changes in the world. You're not afraid. And we do need people like that for sure. So you are a healer. Also the snake there too, I feel like is very symbolic with it shedding its skin. So I think also too that to me is also a symbol that like whenever you do experience pushback or hardship because of something that you really fought for, you just shed it right off. Like you just learn from it and you move forward and you're like, okay, that happened. Now I know what to do next time. Like you approach it that way more than being like, oh, I didn't like that, I'm afraid to experience that again. You're more of like, let's go, I'm energized. So like, that's the type of person you are. I have the world here. So this is telling me that you do care about the world at large and that you have the energy of the world behind you. That's really what I'm getting here. You have the world. You have, you've pushed so much to get to where you are to change the perspectives and minds of the people around you. And that is because you're fighting for every person. So I think that you seriously believing in this and staying behind this and wanting this to pursue this is very important for the world at large. And you're connected to other leaders of the world as well. The like people who are leading and advocating that are just natural leaders. All of you are connected in this way. I have perseverance. Like I said, you're a bull. So perseverance, you continue to persevere no matter what you have personally experienced, I think that we really need that in general as people who are standing up and stepping out and are not afraid of the consequences of speaking up for other people and speaking up for justice and speaking up for good in the world. I'm really getting that here with you. And to persevere despite what the consequences might be, and we have what we consider heroes in our society. And sometimes they are people who do wild things, and that wildness ends up being something people speak about and people talk about later. I don't want to radicalize anybody, but I think that if you're already at that aspect, you're probably already feeling radicalized by what's happening. And this is just a push to continue to advocate for people. I'll digress. You get me, you feel me. So then we also have vulnerability here. And I think that it's important for you to, let me think about this for a second, because vulnerability within this reading, I'm getting two different avenues of what I could say here, because I'm getting vulnerability as in like your ability to be vulnerable with other people, your ability to see vulnerabilities in others, and maybe how you can help them, and how maybe sometimes you can even use it as your way of changing people's minds, is you can see what they're vulnerable about and you know how to take it and twist it and make it into where they will see your point of view. I think that that's really a good skill that people who are emotionally intelligent have. And then another aspect of vulnerability that I can see is protecting your vulnerabilities. I'm getting that as well, is like protecting yourself, like not allowing these people who maybe are against you to know what you love and care about, like maybe keeping that vulnerability to yourself, because you don't want to become a target for the people that you might be advocating against, you know, that you might be coming up against while you're advocating for people. I've never gotten a reading like this before, honestly, so I hope that it meets the right people, because that is just like the message I'm getting so clear from this. So I feel like this is for a very, very specific, like select group of people. I hope you see this reading, and I hope that it resonates with you and that it inspires you to continue to help people and continue to advocate for people. If you liked my video, please like, share, subscribe, all the things, and you can buy me a cup of coffee if you want to support me. But yeah, thank you, and I will see you next time, and good luck.